Anxiety in the Modern Workplace, How We Get Stuck and Strategies for Staying Unstuck. Abstract. The article explores the role of anxiety in the modern workplace, examining how it can both aid and hinder employee performance. It delves into the psychological and physiological mechanisms behind anxiety, explaining how a moderate level can enhance focus and motivation, but too much can lead to paralysis and decreased productivity. The article also examines how certain organizational structures and practices can exacerbate anxiety, such as unrealistic demands, lack of control, and insufficient support. To combat this, the article proposes strategies for leaders to promote autonomy, nurture social support, implement breathing techniques, encourage self-care, and cultivate mindfulness. Through practical examples in healthcare and technology sectors, the article demonstrates how organizations can shift from viewing anxiety as a liability to an asset by prioritizing employee well-being alongside productivity goals. Anxiety is an all too familiar experience for many in today's fast-paced workplace. With constantly evolving technologies, economic uncertainties, and increased demands on employees' time and attention, it is no wonder anxiety has become epidemic. However, while anxiety serves an important protective function in moderation, too much of it can be paralyzing and detrimental to performance. Today, we will explore the psychological and physiological mechanisms by which anxiety can trap individuals and hinder organizational functioning. Anxiety's functions: protection and paralysis. Anxiety serves an important evolutionary function as a protective response, activating the body's fight or flight system. A mild dose of anxiety can fuel motivation, focus, and alertness. Unstuck et al. 2007. However, too much anxiety shifts one from a place of protection to paralysis. Physiologically, the brain centers that regulate emotion and higher-level thinking shut down during prolonged anxiety. Unstuck. 2009. The amygdala, which triggers the fight or flight response, overrides the prefrontal cortex that enables logical thinking and complex problem-solving. This impairs one's ability to think clearly, focus attention, make decisions, and regulate emotions and impulses. Unstuck. 2009. Vital et al. 2016. Prolonged anxiety also hinders the body's relaxation response and disrupts sleep, further exacerbating its negative effects in a vicious cycle. Morse et al. 2013. Without an off switch, anxiety's protections become its prison, trapping individuals in unproductive patterns of worry. How organizations contribute to anxiety. Organizational cultures and structures can both alleviate and aggravate anxiety, while security, structure, and clearly defined roles provide stability. Some common workplace dynamics ironically promote, rather than reduce, anxiety: unrealistic demands. Expecting superhuman productivity and availability fuels feelings of being overwhelmed. Go et al. 2010. Lack of control. Having little say over how and when one works increases stress and anxiety. Karasek, 1979. Unclear expectations. Vague or changing goals and metrics breed uncertainty and worry about performance assessments. Moore et al. 2012. Excessive monitoring. Constant tracking of metrics and productivity, without opportunities for autonomy, promotes anxiety. Bethune, 2021. Lack of support. Insufficient coworker or supervisor collaboration and compassion can leave people feeling isolated and unable to cope. Garosa et al. 2011. Leaders play a key role in shaping these dynamics, both intentionally and unintentionally. While rarely their goal, some common practices ironically serve to foster, rather than mitigate, anxiety. Strategies for staying unstuck. The following strategies can help leaders promote a culture of well-being and equip employees to break free from anxiety's paralyzing grip. Implementation requires an organizational and individual commitment to practical application. Promote autonomy and clear expectations. Involve employees in setting realistic goals and guidelines. Moore et al. 2012. Provide choice and flexibility around workflows within clear parameters. Karasek, 1979. Replace micromanagement with trust and clear accountability. Bethune, 2021. Nurture social support systems. Foster collaboration and peer support between co-workers. Gorosa et al. 2011. Lead with compassion and make space for employees' humanity at work. Rock and Cohen, 2012. Encourage open discussion of challenges without fear of judgment. Implement breathing techniques. Conscious breathing activates the body's relaxation response, countering anxiety. Jareth et al. 2015. Schedule brief breathing breaks during high-pressure periods. Brown and Jabbarg, 2005. Practice deep belly breathing for 2 to 5 minutes when feeling stressed. Patel and North, 1975. Promote quality time off and self-care. Encourage employees to use paid vacation and limit after-hours work. Bambra et al. 2009. Normalize setting boundaries and prioritizing rest, exercise, social support, and leisure. Dopp et al. 2020. Cultivate mindfulness and reframing perspectives. Mindfulness combats anxiety by disengaging from worry and focusing on the present moment non-judgmentally. Kabat-Zinn, 2003. Provide mental reframing and mindfulness training workshops. Chiesa and Soretti, 2009. Kung et al. 2011. Encourage pausing throughout the day for brief mindfulness practices, like deep listening without planning a response. Brown and Ryan, 2003. Practical application in healthcare organizations. Let's explore applying these strategies specifically in healthcare, where burnout and its associated anxiety have reached crisis levels during the COVID-19 pandemic. Well-being Trust, 2021. North Shore Medical Center, a large non-profit hospital system, implemented organization-wide initiatives to promote staff well-being and tackle anxiety. Leadership collaborated with employees to define realistic priorities and metrics for each department. Factoring in mental wellness. Moore et al. 2012. Wellness Wednesdays were implemented weekly, designating time for unstructured staff support groups and mindfulness sessions using a mobile app. Chiesa and Soretti, 2009. Garosa et al. 2011. Managers led brief scheduled breathing breaks on high-stress units and modeled mindful communication techniques. Brown and Jabbarg, 2005. Rock and Cohen, 2012. The EAP expanded its counseling services and promotion to encourage utilization without stigma. Dopp et al. 2020. These changes have led to a 25% reduction in turnover rates, higher job satisfaction ratings, and improved patient care outcomes, all while maintaining productivity benchmarks. Well-being Trust, 2021. Practical application in technology companies. Some strategies look different yet can be equally impactful in technology industries where rapid innovation and constant connectivity cultivate anxiety. At a large software company promoting work-life integration, leaders implemented the following. Employees voted quarterly on new projects and could opt out of low-priority initiatives for wellness. Karasek, 1979. Focus Fridays, blocked calendars after 3 p.m. for uninterrupted flow work and encouraged logging off. Bethune, 2021. Bambra et al. 2009. A company mindfulness app included resources like sleep meditation and quick breathing exercises staff could use anywhere. Jareth et al. 2015. Patel and North, 1975. Managers received coaching on empathetic communication and setting boundaries to mitigate 24/7 availability expectations. Rock and Cohen, 2012. Moore et al. 2012. Employee surveys found higher life satisfaction along with increased productivity, creativity and reduced burnout since these initiatives. Dopp et al. 2020. Well-being Trust, 2021. Conclusion: in today's fast-paced workplace, anxiety will remain a challenge. However, leaders and employees need not feel powerless in the face of its trapping effects. Organizations that view mental wellness as a strategic priority, through practical strategies promoting autonomy, self-care, social connection and mindfulness, can both alleviate anxiety and cultivate high performance. While change requires ongoing effort, prioritizing employee well-being ultimately benefits both individuals and the organization as a whole. With commitment to staying unstuck, even the most anxiety-prone workplace cultures can shift from a liability to an asset.